Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Victory Reverse Mortgage. I'm Benny Victory. I'm a licensed reverse mortgage advisor. And today is June 12th, 2023. I thought today, we're almost 6 months into this year, 2023. It would be an ideal time to kind of give you an update on what the numbers are of total year-to-date production of reverse mortgage nationwide. Now, the numbers that I'm getting and I'm sharing with you are reported by HUD, which is the governing body that provides and supervises reverse mortgages. Reverse mortgages are federally insured through the FHA and provided to seniors age 62 and above. The numbers that I'm sharing with you, you can double check from the National Reverse Mortgage Lenders Association, and these are their numbers. The value of sharing this information with you is because a lot of times when seniors are looking and first thinking about getting a reverse mortgage, I know there's a lot of information that you need to digest. There's a lot of considerations and a lot of discomfort in overcoming some of the concerns and objections that are almost like long-held beliefs. And these are the objections that most similarly may resemble what you're thinking, or maybe one or more of the objections that you're thinking, that it costs too much, or I'll lose my home and I won't be on title. There won't be any equity left for inheritance, or that reverse mortgages are a scam by the bank to be able to foreclose on my home. So in light of these considerations or objections or concerns, it becomes even more important to share these numbers with you, because if you have these concerns and you know that other seniors most likely have had the same concerns, if not more of them, then the conversation that we're having about how many seniors in the fiscal year last year and up to now have gotten reverse mortgages becomes even more relevant. So the fiscal year is from October 1st, 2022 to September 30th, 2023. Now, for the year 2021 to 2022, 64,089 seniors ages 62 and above got the reverse mortgage, what we call the HECM, the Home Equity Conversion Mortgage, or what is commonly called the reverse mortgage. This year, from again the fiscal year being October 1st to September 30th, from October 1st till March 31st, which is a 6-month period, and that's why I said today we're 6 months into this year, 2023, but we're already 6 months past in the fiscal year for reverse mortgages. The numbers of seniors is 18,020 seniors who got a reverse mortgage. And then from March 31st to May 31st, that number climbed from 18,000 to 23,035, which is an additional 5,015 seniors. So the importance of this is that you're not the only one looking at getting the reverse mortgage. These are same seniors with the same considerations and same concerns as you. And the importance of where you are right now, if you have these concerns or these objections that it's costing too much to get a reverse mortgage, what you're concerned about is the mortgage insurance premium fee. And this is a form of insurance that's required by FHA in order to do the reverse mortgage. And along with it come a host of benefits to the senior. Now, I don't want to discuss them in this video because I have specific videos dedicated to what the mortgage insurance premium is, how to calculate it, what its features and benefits are, and that's in my playlist, and I invite you to go there to check it out. For right now, I just want to share with you that if these are your concerns, these same concerns, I'm certain were the same concerns that other seniors that I had when they started looking at getting the reverse mortgage, but despite of these concerns, they finished getting the reverse mortgage. If the idea is that you're afraid that you'll lose your home or you won't be on title, that used to be a former consideration. And again, I have videos on this topic, but at this point, when we do a reverse mortgage, both spouses are on title. And there isn't anybody that's left off. So if one spouse passes away or goes to a long-term care facility, the other spouse that's staying at home is perfectly protected and there's no issues. This question of there's no equity left for inheritance, well, this is a conversation that if you watch my videos, you'll understand that not every reverse mortgage borrower is the same as another. In other words, if you have three neighbors living next to each other, one senior may own their house free and clear, and we get that person a standby line of credit, and that has a whole host of features and benefits that are in my videos. The second neighbor may have a small balance of $80,000 to $100,000, but their house is worth $1 million, and they are 78 years old. So we may be able to put them in a reverse mortgage and give them a line of credit. So not only are we paying off their mortgage, but then we're giving them a standby line of credit. And then the third neighbor may have a mortgage balance that we just simply pay off. We can't get them any more money, but as a result of having the reverse mortgage, they're not going to have a mortgage payment for the rest of their life. Now, this conversation around which type of borrower you are and how this reverse mortgage can qualify and help you is only a conversation that we can have once we get together and look at your numbers and see what the benefits and features are. But at its most fundamental, you have to understand that the majority of people that have traditional mortgages have a loan to value ratio, which is what their loan amount is compared to what the property value is, significantly higher than 50%. It may be 60, 70, 80%. Obviously, those are not people that are getting reverse mortgages because they can't qualify. So the starting basis point for a reverse mortgage conversation for a senior becomes the three criteria of how old is the youngest borrower, which is the starting age for one of the borrowers has to be 62, but if the spouse is 58, then we go based on the age 58, what the property value is, and what the interest rate for the program is. Now, regarding this consideration or question or concern of it's a scam by bank to foreclose on my home, I have a whole host of videos on this topic of a scam. And I started off by saying in that video that both the reverse mortgage as well as Social Security and Medicare are federal government programs that are put in and enacted and regulated. And if you think that reverse mortgages are a scam, then how can FHA step in and insure it? Why would HUD, which again is a federal government body, supervise it and be involved with it? And if you fundamentally understand this discussion around a foreclosure can only happen as a result of two events happening. And if you have a mortgage and you fail to pay monthly mortgage payments against your agreed to promissory note that you signed to get the mortgage, that puts you at risk if you continue not making monthly payments to face foreclosure. Now, if you don't have a mortgage, but you fail to pay property taxes, that can also be a situation where that can put the person into foreclosure risk, because the concept of making monthly mortgage payment goes away when you get a reverse mortgage, because that's no longer a mandatory obligation that you have to the bank. You could make monthly payments if you want to, but you don't have to. But when you have a traditional mortgage and you can't pay a monthly payment, even if you are current in your taxes, you are paying your homeowner's insurance, you are maintaining the property, those are all things you would normally have an obligation to do. But if you can't pay a monthly payment on a traditional mortgage, on a traditional forward mortgage, then you're exposing yourself to potential foreclosure. Now, having gone over these objections and sharing with you that despite of these concerns, 64,089 seniors last fiscal year, and up to the last 8 months, 23,000 35 seniors have already signed on for a reverse mortgage. Clearly, they had some variation of these concerns, but they were able to get over it. And that comes as a way of getting educated, talking to somebody who's licensed, someone who's informed, someone who does the reverse mortgage and wants to help you in the most sincerest way. Now, the reason that I feel that this video is timely is not only because of the 6-month demarcation of where we are in the year, and we just passed the 6-month mark with the reverse mortgages, but if you're watching the news and you see that the number of times the Fed chair has increased interest rates, that has a direct and unfortunately harsh consequence if you're interested in getting a reverse mortgage, because reverse mortgages are very interest rate sensitive. As interest rates go up, to qualify for a reverse mortgage to get the most amount of money becomes more difficult. So there's an inverse relationship between interest rates going up and the amount of money that you can get in a reverse mortgage, which is why I'm making this video to say to you that if you're on the fence and you know that these are your concerns and we can overcome them through education and information, don't delay looking in and starting your application process, because if the Fed continues to increase interest rates, your ability to qualify becomes impacted. Now again, depending on which of the 3 borrowers you are, whether you're the first borrower who owns the property free and clear, well, you'll just get less money. If you're the second borrower, which has a small balance, we'll be able to pay off your small balance and maybe give you a smaller line of credit. But if you're the third borrower that we have to pay off the mortgage, well, now you're competing with higher interest rates, lower property values, and even potentially having to set up an impound account, which is a escrow account, to set some money aside for some clients. We have to do this because their credit score is lower and we're worried about whether they could responsibly take care of their property taxes and insurance considerations for their lifetime. And maybe there isn't enough money to be able to set aside for this. And that becomes something that then they won't be able to qualify for the reverse mortgage. So time is of the essence, where last year interest rates hovered around 3.5%, and there was a lot of time on the borrower's side, and that reflects the 64,000 seniors who got their reverse mortgages. This year, the numbers are lower because of these higher interest rates having an impact on their qualification. Some cases, property values going down and not being able to qualify because there's not enough money generated. Now, on a case-by-case basis, we may sit down with the client and have a conversation and say that, look, you may have to bring some money in order to qualify. And you think, wait a minute, I'm getting a reverse mortgage to get rid of a monthly mortgage payment obligation for my life, and here is Benny telling me to bring money into escrow. What the hell is the deal with that? And this is why you want to work with somebody who's professional, who's licensed, and who's familiar with reverse mortgages. Because if, for example, we have a conversation that you have 8 years of monthly mortgage payments left, and we look at what that is, and then we look at what the total amount of interest you would have paid in that 8 year is, and then we see how much money are you short to close, and you might be able to save a significant amount of money that you would have paid over the life of the loan with both prepaid interest and the balance outstanding by bringing in a fraction of that money and paying off as required, so that you can now stay in that house for the rest of your life and not make a mortgage payment. And if we do the numbers, we could see where the payoff point is and where the benefit is to you to be able to take advantage of that. And that's obviously a case-by-case conversation, and the reason I'm sharing it with you is that to not get disheartened if you're close to that line of being able to make the cut and we don't know what to do, that could be a tool as relevant. But the most fundamental thing is that we're now 6 months into the year 2023, And the numbers that we have reflect what 6 months and 8 months of the national reverse mortgage units being produced for seniors are. And again, I go back to this point that if you're concerned, you're not any different than these other seniors who would have been concerned with the same issues that you are. But somehow they were able to overcome these objections and these considerations and pass these concerns to get the mortgage and now be mortgage free, or be in a position where they have a standby line of credit and obviously be put in a better position. So to conclude, I'm a licensed reverse mortgage advisor. That's all I do exclusively, is help seniors, their adult children, and the professional partners that refer business to me for their clients, whether that's financial advisors, CPAs, or estate planning attorneys. We sit down and we look at it case by case. And if you look at the playlist that I have a number of detailed videos that drill down on all of these topics, including what a typical meeting is and what the process is to qualify. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. My email is below. I appreciate your time. Look forward to speaking with you. Thank you for being my client and my potential client. God bless you and thank you.